My journey from ghost to grounded has been one of the most transformative experiences of my life, and at the heart of this transformation lies the practice of semen retention, which at first seemed like an ancient, almost mystical discipline that belonged in old scriptures and forgotten monasteries, yet slowly revealed itself to be one of the most practical and life-changing tools available to a modern man struggling to find meaning, energy, and direction. I call it a journey from ghost to grounded because before discovering semen retention, I felt like a ghost moving through life, existing but not truly alive, floating but never firmly rooted, surrounded by people yet always distant, chasing pleasures yet never satisfied. My body moved, my mind wandered, but my spirit remained restless and unfocused, and my habits only fed this ghostly existence. Countless nights wasted in meaningless release, short bursts of dopamine followed by long stretches of emptiness. A cycle that left me drained of vitality, purpose, and confidence. I would wake up each morning with heavy eyes and a heavier spirit, promising myself that today I would do better. Today I would break the cycle. And yet by nightfall the ghost would rise again, whispering temptations, convincing me that one more time wouldn't hurt, that tomorrow would be different. But tomorrow was always the same. And so I drifted through months and even years without a solid anchor. It was during one of those low points that I stumbled upon the concept of semen retention, and at first I dismissed it as outdated superstition, something people talked about in hushed voices on obscure forums. But the more I read, the more I recognized fragments of truth in it, descriptions of energy loss that matched my own fatigue, testimonies of regained confidence that mirrored what I longed for, explanations of how seed is not just fluid but concentrated vitality, the very essence of life, and slowly curiosity replaced skepticism. I decided to test it for myself, not with grand expectations, but with a simple commitment to go 1 week without wasting myself. Just 1 week. And what happened surprised me. The first few days were difficult, the urges strong, the ghost whispering louder than ever. But beneath the noise, I began to notice subtle changes. My mornings were lighter, my mind clearer, my eyes brighter, and for the first time in years I felt a spark of control, a spark of groundedness. Encouraged by this, I extended my streak to 2 weeks, then a month. And with each passing day, I discovered new layers of transformation. Physically, my posture improved as if my body itself was standing taller. My energy no longer leaked away, but accumulated within me like a reservoir, fueling workouts, sharper focus, and even simple tasks that once felt heavy. Mentally, my thoughts grew steadier, less scattered, less haunted by guilt or regret, and more aligned with purpose. Emotionally, I began to experience stability, a calm presence replacing the restless swings, the ghostly detachment dissolving into genuine connection. I noticed people responding differently to me, conversations flowing with ease, strangers making more eye contact, women showing subtle signs of attraction. And all of this, not because I was trying harder, but because I was simply more grounded, more present, more alive. The journey, however, was not without battles. The ghost does not surrender easily. It waits for moments of weakness, boredom, loneliness, or stress. And in those moments, the old cravings rise like shadows. I relapsed many times, and each relapse felt like falling from a mountain I had worked so hard to climb. The energy gone, the guilt back, the ghost laughing, but what changed was my perspective. Instead of drowning in shame, I began to see each relapse as part of the learning process. A reminder of the stakes, a teacher showing me where I still lacked discipline. Slowly, I learned strategies to guard my energy, avoiding triggers, redirecting urges into exercise, creativity, or meditation, practicing breathwork to circulate the energy, journaling to track my progress, and surrounding myself with content and communities that reinforced my path. Bit by bit, I was building not just abstinence, but mastery, not just holding seed, but holding myself. As my streaks lengthened, deeper transformations unfolded. I began to feel a spiritual dimension, as if the life force I was preserving was connecting me to something greater than myself. Dreams became vivid, intuition sharper, synchronicities more frequent. In moments of meditation, I felt waves of warmth rising through my spine, a current of energy that words can barely capture. And in daily life, I carried a quiet confidence that no external validation could shake. Relationships improved, not because I was suddenly perfect, but because I was present, listening deeply, speaking with clarity, respecting myself and others. Work became more focused, goals clearer, and procrastination less frequent. And in this grounded state, I found myself attracting opportunities and experiences that once seemed out of reach. The title, Ghost to Grounded, makes sense to me because I truly see my old self as a shadow of who I am now. The ghost was restless, needy, leaking his essence into the void, chasing empty pleasures and avoiding real challenges. The grounded man I am becoming is rooted in discipline, channeling desire into creation, facing challenges with strength, and carrying an aura of calm power. Semen retention is not just about holding back release. It is about transmuting raw desire into fuel for growth. It is about saying no to the ghost so you can say yes to the grounded man waiting within. When I look back, I see how much time I wasted, but I also see that the ghost phase was necessary. Because without experiencing the emptiness, I would never have sought fullness. Without feeling lost, I would never have valued being grounded. Today I continue this journey not as a perfect master, but as a committed student. Some days are smooth, some are stormy, but the direction is clear. Forward, upward, inward. I know the ghost still lurks, waiting for an invitation, but I also know I am no longer at its mercy. I have tools, awareness, and most importantly, purpose. My practice of semen retention is not about repressing myself, but about expressing myself more fully. Not about denying life, but about affirming it. Not about running from desire, but about harnessing it. The energy I once squandered in moments of weakness, I now invest in fitness, creativity, relationships, and spiritual practice. Each day I remain grounded, my roots deepen, and my branches expand, and I can feel life itself flowing through me with strength and grace. To anyone listening or reading who feels like a ghost drifting through life, know that transformation is possible. You don't have to remain hollow. You don't have to live in cycles of guilt and weakness. Semen retention is a doorway, a discipline that can anchor you back into your body, your mind, and your spirit. It will not always be easy. You will stumble. You will face urges. You will confront shadows. But if you stay the course, you will rise from ghost to grounded, from restless to rooted, from drained to powerful. My journey is proof, not that I am special, but that this practice works, that it can take an ordinary man lost in distraction and turn him into a man who walks with clarity, strength, and presence. The grounded life is not a fantasy. It is waiting within you. And all it asks is that you honor your essence, respect your energy, and choose mastery over indulgence. And so my story continues. Not as an ending, but as a beginning. For each day on this path is a new opportunity to grow, to deepen, to become more grounded. I am no longer a ghost, no longer floating aimlessly. I stand firm, rooted, alive, and I invite you to step onto this path with courage. The journey from ghost to grounded is the journey back to yourself, and once you take it, you will never look at life the same again. Before we conclude, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and not forget to drop your location in the comments. I'd love to know where you are watching from. And if you ever have any questions, join our Telegram channel where we interact directly and help each other grow. The link is in the description. P.L.'s comment on which topic you need a video series. Your suggestions, welcome to motivate us.